Rashmi from Just Tutors, and today we are going to learn about fertilization. In this lesson here we have two subtopics to complete. The first is young ones to adult and the second is asexual reproduction. Before completing any one of this topic, we have few pre-assessment questions. Do make sure you complete all the questions before proceeding further. That will help you to understand the lesson in more effective manner. After getting your answers, you can check your answers from the correct given answers on the slide. Let's proceed further and have a look on our first topic, which talks about young ones to adults. The newborn species, which are either born or comes out from eggs, continue to grow till they become adult. So that's the process, that when newborn born, they are too little in size, and as soon as they grows, they become an adult. In some species, the newborn look completely different from the adult one. So it's like, other than human being, there are many species where the newborn looks completely different from the adult. For example, we have silkworm and frog. In silkworm, we have various stages as well as in frog, and the transformation from the larva into an adult through the various changes is called metamorphosis. So we have another keyword which is a result of life cycle of a silkworm from the larva, that's a born born egg, or you can say the born organism, to an adult. And here we have the same example. In the human being, the body part of a newborn and that of an adult is always the same. Let's get more clear idea by looking at the life cycle of a frog in this picture here. So we started with the egg. As we know that frog goes with an external fertilization and is a oviparous animal. So from the egg we have the first stage, which called early tadpole, and the next is late tadpole, and you can notice that these stages are completely different from the adult frog, and later on the late tadpole will become an adult. So that's the difference in frog and other species. Proceeding further, and we have the next topic of asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction by which offspring arise from a single organism and inherit the genes of that parent only. So you must have noticed that when a newborn baby arrives, and it has some common features. It can match with its mother or it can match with its father. So this is how we can say that it inherits the genes. And we later on get more idea as the child or the newborn grows. It does not involve the fusion of gametes and almost never changes the number of chromosomes. Asexual reproduction mainly are following. We have two asexual reproduction here. If you remember, we have discussed about asexual and sexual reproduction on our previous video, in which we have discussed that in sexual reproduction, male and female both living organisms take parts, whereas in asexual reproduction only one parents take part. So here we have two processes which called budding and binary fission. We have the separate example for each of them. So in this slide we are talking about budding. Some cells split via budding, resulting in a mother and daughter cell. The offspring organism is smaller than the parent. Budding is also known on a multicellular level. So it's known on a multicellular level, An animal example is the hydra. So here we have an example, hydra, which reproduce by budding. So you can see in the picture below, that's a picture of a hydra in which a little cell is growing up on the skin of this hydra. You can see in the first picture, or in the leftmost hydra, and gradually it's growing up, and sooner it became a new hydra or a new organism, and when it grown up completely, it breaks from here. So the bud grows into fully matured individual, which eventually it breaks away from here and become an individual hydra or an individual organism. So that's the process of budding take place in asexual reproduction. Here we have another example of asexual reproduction, binary fission. An important form of fission is binary fission. In binary fission, the parent's organism is replaced by two daughter organisms. So here we have two product at the end, or two organism at the end. We have a picture of amoeba in the right hand side of the screen, where the nucleus is divided into two parts, and each part became an individual organism. So these were the two examples of asexual reproduction we have discussed. Now at the end we have some questions based on the topic we have discussed. Make sure you complete all the questions with the right answers. If you faced any difficulty, you can get back to the video and listen the topics or explanation one more time. Thank you for watching. For more, please visit justtutors.com.